our country. All this man does is tell lies. He is not worthy of the presidency. He takes bribes blatantly, and now he's being a racist blatantly. He's pathetic as a president, and I just want to apologize to everybody in the country for supporting this rotten man.
C-SPAN, Washington Journal, continues to be a national treasure. How many more people do you think that man speaks for in this moment? Just given everything, not just this post, the last year, the Doge, the ICE, all of it.
Look, no one should be shocked about President Trump saying things that are objectionable. I was on live television when he said, I don't consider John McCain a war hero. And I said on live television, well, that's the end of his presidency. I commented that, this is the end of him when he got caught with Billy Bush talking about grabbing women's private parts. That was the end of him. People didn't elect him to be the politically correct guy. You got to be a moron to think he's going to be the politically correct president. He's not going to be elegant. He's not going to be classy. That's not who he is. He's a brash Queens businessman who ripped off a lot of people when he was a businessman. He stiffed a lot of people, especially down in Atlantic City. But there was obviously a hunk of the citizens of this country knowing all of those things, knowing what he said about McCain, knowing how he treated his wife, knowing how he treated his wives and all that. But I guess they also looked at his children and say, well, his children love him, they adore him. I guess they look at his polling. Look, Abby, nobody thought he was going to win that primary of 18 Republicans.
Does it reflect on, if you are a Trump supporter and it doesn't matter to you that he's trafficking in racist tropes, does that reflect back on you?
If you were a Menendez supporter, who got convicted of bribes.
In a really ugly incident we saw in Minnesota, protesters called an ICE officer the N-word.
Those protesters are not the president of the United States.
Do leftists have to own that?
That was unacceptable too.
I don't think that leftists have to own that. I don't think that Republicans have to own.
He is the president. That's a important fact here. He is the president. Let me play with the Eric Erickson sound about this, because he addresses essentially that piece of it. Trump is the president.
It's appalling that people are like, well, maybe he didn't see the end of the video. He's the president of the United States of America. Stop excusing everything he does. At some point, the president needs to understand, you're going to lose the midterms. You're going to get impeached. It's not just about